style. Ringo TV. Ringo TV. Ringo TV.
Welcome to another edition of Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe, and support the content.
Hey yo, don't nobody know your daughter is 14, 15 years old, man. They don't. Especially when they see them wearing these tight ass shorts with their ass cheeks hanging out the goddamn shorts. Men see physical, we see it. We don't know she 15, 14, man. Sis, you don't see your daughter out there look like she having an ass out contest with you? You ain't gonna say nothing? Or you just gonna victimize the people that look at her? Ain't you the one that bought them motherfucking clothes? Huh? Ain't you the one that... Man, check that shit. It's warm as hell, man. You got these little girls walking down the street. I'm riding down the block, seeing all the kids for the prom. Somebody, all the little girls, prom dresses, got their ass and their titties out. That's normal to you? You don't feel weird about that shit? You got grown men riding by, grown men with gray beards, looking at your little 12, 13, 14-year-old daughter. They ain't looking at you, looking at her ass. That don't bother you? Man, you need to get shit together, man. Summertime. And I guess, if you catch somebody looking at your kid, you catch somebody looking at your motherfucking kid, you gonna bust their ass, right? You gonna get the strap, grab the ratchet and bust their ass, right? Because they said something disrespectful to your 15-year-old with them big ass titties, big ass hanging out, them little ass shorts, little ass clothes that you bought. You bought them shits. Look like you went and bought them shits from a store called Build a Little Hoe. So somebody check them, right? So now the rest of the summer gonna consist of shootouts and dead bodies because you ain't be a better steward, be a good parent, and teach your child the importance of protecting their private stuff. Your child in competition with you. That's cute to you? Oh, you trying to let people see she get it from her mother? Huh? Sis, get your shit together. Bruh, pull up. Man, I understand you ain't with her no more. Pull up. You know your daughter getting older. She getting bitter. She's starting to develop now. Pull up. Encourage the mother to buy your daughter some training bras and shit. Some respectful ass shorts, man. To get to the knees. You heard me? Word up. Come on, man. Let's be accountable to each other, man. Word up. Especially in the day we got all these secret perverted ass, the predatory ass dudes out here, man. And then now weed is legal, so that's telling your 14-year-old, here come burn this blunt. And sit in the backseat of this caddy and call me daddy. Come on, jump in the G-Ride, we out. Come on, y'all, it's levels to this shit. Get on top of your affairs, family, parents. Nobody want to hear nothing about, what's happening in the violence in North. Nah, man, we starting that shit. Let's be better parents to our kids out here. Word up. And another thing, all you people out there screaming about the murders in the street, I got a question for you. Why every time you screaming about the murders in the street, you want to protest, bomb on the city hall, you want to march and everything, but why every time you get in an argument with somebody, you call them murderers, you call them shooters? How that work? Man, get it together, man. This summer is our summer. We need to be better people, better parents, better accountable parents, better responsible, accountable parents for our own children, for our own city, for our own community, for our own village, for our own nation, man. Brother Malik speaks, man. Share this video.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo, and we are back again with another one. Let's go, fam. Black man goes off on TikTok on mothers and their daughters. Yeah. Black man goes off on TikTok on mothers and their daughters. You know, when you look at the world that we're living in right now, especially with social media, a lot of times mothers allow their young girls to just go outside dressing any old way, just doing whatever they want to do. And for the most part, you don't even know where they're going. You don't know if they're in the street with the wrong kind of people. You don't know if they're in somebody's car. You don't know what's happening. Because a lot of times these guys, they see your daughter and they don't even know how old she is. And what's happening in today's culture is a lot of guys, they're being demonized. The men are being looked upon as the villain, but nobody's asking, why do the parents allow their young girls to just come outside any old way and just do whatever she want to do? Nobody talks about that. But they're quick to say, oh, that guy, he's watching that little girl and all this other type of stuff, but nobody's questioning the mom that bought her the clothes. Do you know, a lot of mothers, single mothers, they would live vicariously through their own daughters. They'll see their daughters growing up, and because the mother don't have the figure to wear certain types of clothing, what she will do is live vicariously through the daughter and actually dress the daughter up the way she always wanted to be dressed. Do you understand me? You got a lot of young ladies walking around out here and they're in relationships with various men, getting turned out on the rooftop, on buildings, and their moms don't even know what's going on. They're turning up pregnant and all sorts of things. So now this particular guy right here, he decided to go on TikTok and literally go off. This particular video here has been trending, and a couple of people on YouTube made reactionary videos about a couple of ladies. But I had the video right there on ice, and I decided to bring that video out because this particular issue here is something that all parents are supposed to understand and know about, especially if you have girls. Because it seems like when you have sons, a lot of times what we do as men, we don't teach our boys, look, you know, this is a young lady, you don't take advantage of girls. We don't teach them that. We tell our young boys to go out there, wear a condom, do this, do that. We really don't discipline them. And even worse, we don't discipline our girls. We let them just go outside. Listen, a lot of you brothers, especially you fathers, you got to recognize that when your daughter go out in today's culture with Instagram, TikTok, all these sites, all these social media sites, a lot of times your own daughter can have a whole show going on in her bedroom that you don't even know about. A lot of young girls today, with the advent of social media, when their parents is either asleep, when their parents is either out of the house, they got a whole show going on social media right in the comfort of their own bedroom. This is what's going on. And what these young girls are doing is they're getting these outfits that their mothers are buying. You have to understand, how is it that your 12-year-old girl have an IG and got photos of her displaying herself in a manner to the whole world, and as a mother, you think it's cool? Do you understand me? See, when I was growing up, we didn't have doors on our room, Jessica. We didn't have doors. They took the doors off the room. You understand? The doors were off the room because a lot of times you already don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, let's say, for example, you have friends that come over, female friends, whatever. Pretty much the doors came off the room because we got caught doing something we weren't supposed to be doing, right? But in today's day, it's like a lot of younger people, they have their own room, they got their own privacy. The mothers and whatnot just kind of let them just rock out. And while your daughter got that door closed, she's literally doing shows, live shows to social media for men. And you have no clue what's going on. You have absolutely no clue what's going on. And then when they're out in the street with their friends, another thing that they do, I mean, I know they used to do this back in the day when I was in school. A lot of the young ladies back in the day, they would come to school with their regular clothes. In other words, I'm pretty sure some of the ladies in the chat is guilty of this. Y'all already done know where I'm gonna go. You put on your regular clothes that you were going to school with, but in your bag, you had your other kind of clothes. You had your other type of clothes in your bag because you knew that once you walked out that door, your mom may have saw you dressed up like your regular school clothes or whatnot, but when you got to school, you switched up in the bathroom. And that is how you pretty much did your thing in school. And the thing is, you actually learned this from your mom because you saw the way she was dressing. And because so many young people have access to social media, they want to be pretty, they want to be beautiful, and then you got Nicki Minaj, you got Meg Thee Stallion. They're all over the place sending mixed messages to all the young ladies. So what do you think is happening? They believe that it's okay to actually go out here and present themselves as a grown woman. And if you really think about it, and see, this particular topic is very interesting because a lot of men are always the ones that are demonized. That's just the way it is in society. You know, as men, you're just a horrible person as a man. So what this brother basically did is he had enough because he probably been around, he see what's going on in the streets, and he's tired of it. Because see, when these girls are walking around, a lot of times they look more older than they actually are. And what he expressed in this video, I believe should be shown in classrooms. Because a lot of men, regardless how you feel about it, when they are actually in these streets, all they see is the outer appearance of a woman. That's what they see. That's exactly what they see. And then when these particular men are looking at these younger ladies, assuming that they're adults, based on how they appear, these particular men are demonized and criticized and labeled to be everything that is possibly bad. It's like, it's just a horrible situation. And we see this happening all throughout society. You got ladies walking around saying, we don't want to be sexually objectified, right? But yet they come outside in provocative clothing. They post themselves all online in provocative clothing. And then when they get a response from men, then the men are labeled as bad guys. You see how that works? Isn't that interesting? It's like, let's say, for example, you go to work, you see a particular sister, she's dressing sexy as hell, right? And you walk up to her and you're like, hey, you know what I'm saying, like the way that look, you know what I'm saying? She's like, what do you mean you like the way that look? I'm going to HR and file sexual harassment charges. Hold up. So you going to HR to file sexual harassment charges, but yet you got your tail out. So let me get this straight. I'm guilty for looking at you and you don't want to be objectified sexually, but you're trying to look sexy for men. You see how that works? That's exactly how it is in today's society. And because of the way the world works, women believe that they could just go outside and be half naked and they expect us men not to look. This is what they expect. They would get upset if you look and be like, hold up, why are you looking at me? I'm like, because you're a woman. So now, because we have been over-sexualized with images of sex everywhere we go, billboards, YouTube, Instagram. I mean, everything is sex. Sex sells. Y'all already don't know sex sells, right? Right? Sex sells. It's easy to get access to porn. So pretty much all of this stuff is all over the place. So what do you think young people have access to? What do you think they got access to? They pretty much have access to a lot of stuff all over social media. So now I want to play back the tape because this guy made so many key points and a lot of people was criticizing him. People were calling him a pedophile. People were calling him a pervert. They were calling that man a pervert and a pedophile for trying to let you women know how to deal with your daughter. You see how that works? This is crazy. He's most likely a father. He's most likely a father because I checked out his TikTok. So he's most likely a father. I didn't go through all his videos because this seems to be the video that went viral. But he's most likely a father. He cares about what's going on. He sees what's going on. And maybe he been in a situation where he saw a young lady, thought she was grown and was like, damn, this is crazy. Like, this is a young lady. What the hell is going on? Why is she outside like that? Why do you mothers allow your daughter outside and then you want to get mad with the man by saying, well, you a man, you supposed to know better. Oh, really? So let me get this straight. Because he's a man, he's supposed to know better. So that's how we doing it now? So there's no accountability, right? Let's just let our daughters just go on out and do whatever they want. Right? Really? Is that how we gonna do these things? Nah, that's not how we gonna do it. But anyway, let's play the footage. Let's go through this thing. We're gonna listen to this thing and break it down one by one. So let's go.
Hey, yo, don't nobody know your daughter is 14, 15 years old, man.
Now, no one knows your daughter is 14, 15 years old. No one knows that. Just because you know that doesn't mean everybody else know that. Because we live in a society, right, where everyone calls everyone a pedophile. It seems to be the new trending word nowadays. You're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. No. You're a pedophile. Right? Nobody knows your daughter is 14 and 15. Nobody don't know that because they don't dress like that at all. They come outside looking like IG models now. I'm talking about they come outside with skin tight shorts all over the place. Their breast is all over. Listen, I got another video we're going to do a reaction to, fam. It's a 16-year-old young lady who is on TikTok. She actually deleted the original video because she got a lot of backlash. People was like, they were going off on her. But she's basically a prostitute right now, right? She's out here in New York, right? And she's maybe some of you actually seen the video, but she literally talked on the camera and she said how she's gonna be out there doing what she got to do and she don't care. She's just having sex with random guys. If you look at the young lady in the face, she look young, but body wise, no, she do not. Now, think about how many men in New York City have ran through that young lady. But it gets even more interesting. How many of you ladies out there in the clouds have done the same thing? Oh, the class just got silent. How many of you young ladies, well, not young anymore, but how many of you ladies that are a little older and a little more mature when you were in your younger years, how many of you actually did these very same things? You're dressing a little provocative, you wearing less clothes, you want men to look at you. How many of you have done that? See? And see, what happens is, in today's culture, what we have is a system of hypocrisy. In other words, you got women that are like in their 40s and 50s, right? That will look at this guy and say he's wrong for what he said. Then you have women that are in their 30s that are saying, yeah, all of those guys, they're predators, they're pedophiles and all this other stuff for looking at younger ladies, right? But yet those very same women that are protesting, they were the ones getting in nightclubs for free because of how they looked. And they were all underage. They were all drinking. They were all partying. They were all doing all of the things. But it's interesting. It's interesting how they forget about their past. They forget about all the men they slept with. They forget about all the D they took in. They forgot about all the clubs they got in for free. But all of a sudden, they have become ministers for heaven. But let's listen in, because he just made something very clear. We don't know that your daughter is 14 and we don't know that she's 15. But let's listen in. Let's go.
They don't. Especially when they see them wearing these tight ass shorts with their ass cheeks hanging out the goddamn shorts. Men see physical, we see it. We don't know.
You hear that? Men see physical. That is what they see. But for some reason, you ladies act like you don't know that. And see, you older women that are supposed to be mature, you older women that have been abused in the past, you ladies, you're supposed to know better in terms of how to conduct yourself so you could teach these young ladies how to do better. But you're not doing that. You're not doing that. Listen. Check this out. 90% of the women in the clouds did the very same thing. And they be the first one to point the finger at every man that possibly may have looked at a younger girl in a sexual manner, and they'll condemn the guy. But those very same women were doing the same thing, and they felt justified to do it. But because they got older, and because they've been abused, because they've been hurt by society, right? Now what happens is they begin to look at every guy as if though the guy's the problem, but nobody's addressing the issue on why are these young girls doing what they're doing? And why no one is trying to help them? Why are women not trying to do their best to be accountable for why their daughters are out half naked? When I was growing up, right, there was a time when girls actually looked like girls. I mean, you could just look at her. She's a girl. Yeah, she's skinny. She got these, remember those thick braids they used to put in their hair? And it was like 3 braids, 3 thick, big braids they used to put. One was leaning in the front, one was leaning to the side, the right, and one was leaning on the other side. Y'all remember that? And they had those, what you call those things? I'm not even sure what it's called, man. My wife used that in my daughter's hair, those thing with the balls on it. Them 2 balls with the strings. I don't even know what it's called, fam, to tell you the truth. I really don't. Whatever it is, it's like you twist it and you could tie it. And they used to make little girls, like your kids, look cute, Maybe one of them ladies can put what it is in the chat. I don't know what it's called. Bobos? Yeah. Bobos, right? Like the purple color ones, the black ones, right? They used to have that in their hair, and they used to just dress like little girls. But today, oh no, listen, you have 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds walking around looking like they're Nicki Minaj and so-called Meg Thee Stallion now. Not only that, they put on makeup, fam, and taking IG photos together, like in a group, like all the girls, they'll take photos and pose in different locations and they'll post it on Instagram. And when men go to these Instagram pages, these men are like, wow, these sisters are looking real good, man. Damn, yo. You see how that works? Because now the makeup enhances everything. Their body type is totally different because nowadays these young girls are growing up pretty fast, right? Because of all of the hormone products and all that stuff inside of the food and whatnot. But notice this, mom is allowing it. Mom is allowing it. Do you know how many young females are on Instagram and their mom allow them to have profiles where these young girls are dressed so provocative and they're so sexually explicit, right? They allow them to do that because the mom is living through them. The mom is actually the one doing their makeup. And she lets them do these things. But you won't hear no one talking about it, especially women. Women will never talk about it. It took a man to actually come out and actually say something. Because women never talk about those issues. No, they don't. They talk about petty stuff. They talk about foolish stuff. They never talk about the real issue on why your daughter is outside fooling around with grown men. They don't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Out here in New York City, fam, Out here in New York City, a lot of these young ladies, these young girls, right, be rolling around with 30-year-old guys in cars. These guys be right around where they live at, and their moms allow and let everything rock out. It's not even an issue. So I don't see why, especially on social media, why people got a problem with this guy. Because he didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't say anything wrong. But let's get into this thing. Let's hear some more because he broke down a lot of gems. Let's go.
She 15, 14, man. Sis, you don't see your daughter out there look like she having an ass out contest with you?
Wow. A contest? I just turned it off. My bad. Let me see if I can put it back up.
Don't
Hold on.
nobody know you. She 15, 14.
All right, there you go.
Sis, you don't see your daughter out there look like she having an ass out contest with you?
Now notice what he just said there. He said an ass out contest with you. You see that? A contest with the mom. Now you have to gain some context of exactly what he's saying here, because he said that the daughter is having an ass out contest with the mom, which imply that the daughter is actually similar in size as her own mother. That's what's going on right now. That's what's happening right now. It's to the point where you have mother and daughter. They look the same. Sometimes the mother and daughter look like sisters. That's right. And even worse, to add insult to injury, sometimes you'll have the mom, she'll have a new man that she allowed in her house, right? This new guy that she allowed. And the daughter looks so grown that the dude that she let in the house end up messing around with her daughter. This happens, fam. This happens all the time. Listen, there used to be this video. I don't know where it is. I remember I downloaded it about a year or two ago. I'm not sure when that story had broke. There was a young lady who got on, I think she was on YouTube, or I think it was Instagram. That's where it first went viral. And she basically had a situation where her mom was with a man, and the guy that the mom, the man that the mom was dealing with in the house was messing with the daughter on the low key. And the daughter told the mom exactly what happened. But the mom didn't like what she had to say, because the mom was jealous that the daughter actually was intimate with the so-called new boo that she brought in the house. And it got to the point where the mom and the daughter was literally beefing over this particular guy. And the woman was like, I don't know if any one of y'all seen that particular video where we said Precious, the movie. Nah. It's not a movie. It's not a movie. It's an actual real life situation where someone on I think it was Instagram, she was basically the daughter of a mom, and she was messing with the mom's boyfriend because she said that the man, she claimed that the man was touching her at night. That's what she claimed. And the mom told the daughter, she was flipping on the daughter on why you keep walking around the house in your underwear. Now, keep in mind, your daughter, 14, 15, she's thick, walking around the house, big breasts, everything is large, just like the mom. And she's walking around the house like that while her mom got the man right there in the house. Do you understand me? So she ended up messing with the so-called mother's man, and the mom didn't believe that she was dealing with her so-called new boo. So these type of things happen. But now what happened was this relationship that the daughter had with the mother's boyfriend was going on for about, I think, a year. I think it was for about a year and whatnot, a year or two, because she told the mom, he'd been touching me since I was around 14 or something like that. And I think the daughter was 16 or 17. I'm not sure what her age was. And it was a big thing about 2 years ago. I'm surprised nobody don't even know what in the world's going on. It's crazy. Well, anyway, let's get back into this.
You ain't gonna say nothing? Or you just gonna victimize the people that look at her?
Yeah, they're gonna victimize the people that look at her. Definitely. That always happens, fam. If you're a man and you look at any sort of woman that looks thick, got a body, anything, it doesn't matter. You will be victimized once everyone find out, like, oh, look at her age. Fam, yo, you a pedophile, bro. You're a pedophile. Really? He's a pedophile? Has he ever been convicted of anything like that? This is crazy. But this is the frustration that men have to deal with. This is why this guy went off. Let's go.
Ain't you the one that bought them motherfucking clothes?
Ain't you the one that bought them clothes? So hold on, let me get this straight. If a guy look at your daughter's fat ass, he's a pedophile. But you the one that went to Rainbows to buy her the shorts. You bought her the heels. You did her makeup. And you allowed her to go outside with her breasts and cleavage popping out. But you're getting upset with these grown men that are looking at your daughter. Really? It seems to me that a lot of these mothers want men to look at their daughters. They want that. Because see, if you didn't want that, you would make sure that you tone that down, because any real mom, she's not going to allow her daughter to come outside looking like that. Not only that, look, not only that, you're not going to allow your daughter to be on social media doing a bunch of slack stuff. You're not going to allow her to do that either. You're going to make sure you tone that down. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, teenage girls are going to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them have social media. They might do like makeup videos and little stuff like that. What's that thing called where young ladies do like, what is it? Like a clothing haul. I'm not sure what they call it. Something haul, clothing haul. I'm not sure what that is. Where they dress up and they something, whatever that is. So there's not a problem with that. I'm talking about when your so-called daughter is online and she's doing things on Instagram, she's shaking her tail, you know what I'm saying? She's on porn sites, she got her OnlyFans, all of these type of different things. If your daughter is doing all of that and you don't know about it, that's sad. Because I'm telling you, you got a lot of young ladies that are out here and they're doing these kind of things. And their parents act like they don't know about it. And yet you got the internet popping and parents are not even thinking about, wait a minute, my daughter, you know what I'm saying? I wonder how she got money to buy those so-called Balenciaga shoes. How is she able to buy those Balenciaga shoes? I didn't give her the money, but see, to be honest with you, fam, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. A lot of parents allow their young girls to have an OnlyFans to get bread in because that's what's paying the bills. Facts. That's just the way it is, man. They allow the stuff to go down. And then what they do is they criticize all the men that sign up to the OnlyFans to watch the daughter. Ain't that something? Let's go.
Ain't you the one that, man, check that shit. It's warm as hell, man. You got these little girls walking down the street. I'm riding down the block, seeing all the kids for the prom. Somebody got all the little girls, prom dresses, got their ass and their titties out.
Wow. Prom dresses. You know, back in the days when there was a prom, you know, things was covered up. But today's prom girls, man. Today's prom girls, the Sweet 16 parties and everything that they be doing. Fam, it's a whole nother world. It's a whole nother world. But don't look. Hey, if you're a guy, do not look. Because if you do, you're a predator and a pedophile. The cops need to come get you. Let's go.
That's normal to you?
It's definitely normal with them because they're living vicariously through their daughters. That's what they're doing. Let's go.
You don't feel weird about that shit?
They don't feel weird about nothing. They're actually enjoying it because they're like, that's my daughter. Wait, no. We got to say it correct. Hold on. We got to say it correct. Hold on. That's my baby. That's my baby. That's exactly how they do it. When they be like, that's your daughter? That's my baby. Let's get back into this.
You got grown men riding by, grown men with gray beards.
Grown men with gray beards riding by. They see your daughter's wagon, they like, what? Let's go.
Looking at your little 12, 13, 14-year-old daughter.
Looking at your 12, 13, 14-year-old daughter. Now, why are those men looking? Because men are going to always look. Let's make that clear. Men are going to be men and they're going to always look. That's the way the world is. But at the end of the day, why is it that women, the mothers of these young girls, why they're not protecting their daughters? Why? You're complaining that these men are predators, right? You're complaining that these men are doing all this stuff, but you allow your daughter to come on outside like that. You allow that, right? So let me get this straight. Hold on a second. Let me get this straight. If a man look at your young underage daughter, he's a predator and a terrorist. But you dressed up your daughter to be a 304. It's not even Halloween. Listen, you know your daughter got extreme big breasts. Why you let her come outside like that? You think because she's a young lady that all of those guys, even in the church, ain't looking at her? You don't think Pastor Pork Chop looking at your daughter? See, I keep everything 1,000, fam. 1,000%. Ain't no sugarcoating nothing, fam. That's just the way it is. They allow their daughters to come outside with long, outrageous types of hairstyles, makeup, lashes. I'm like, she's 12 years old. What are you doing? She look grown just like you, fam. But nah, that's how they do it, fam. They want their daughters to look like that. They want to be able to see how men react to that because they like that type of stuff. Again, the mothers get kicks out of it because she don't get hit on by men no more. So when men look at her daughter, it make her feel like, oh yeah, she get it. Look. When men look at her daughter, right? She look at the situation like, oh yeah, she get it from her mama. She get it from her mama. Let's go.
They ain't looking at you, looking at her ass.
That's exactly what they looking at, fam. Listen, see, a lot of you brothers, you're going to get shamed. You're going to be, talked about and all of that other stuff if you look. But at the end of the day, a man is a man. You could crucify the man all you want. You can call him whatever you want. The question that I got for all you ladies is this. Why are you allowing your daughter to come outside with her tail all out knowing that men are going to look? I want to know why. Let's hold you accountable. I'm tired of hearing everybody talking about what men are this and men is doing that and all this stuff, men, and let's blame all this. Oh, these men, they're just horrible creatures. They're just, I can't stand them, all of these men. Really? Well, what about you? What about you? You got her dressed up. How's she walking outside like that? How she look like a street walker? She's 13 years old. 13 years old, and you got her out there looking like that? Crazy? For all these men? Really? That's sad, fam. Let's go.
That don't bother you?
It don't bother them, nope.
Man, you need to get shit together, man.
Yeah, you do.
And I guess, if you catch somebody looking at your kid, you catch somebody looking at your motherfucking kid, you gonna bust their ass, right? You gonna get the strap, grab the ratchet, and bust their ass, right?
That's exactly what happens a lot of times in the hood. That happens in all the time, fam. You wanna go call the goons so they can pull up and do X, Y, and Z, talking about, yo, you looking at my daughter and X, Y, and Z, but your daughter is outside all hours of the night, smoking weed and drinking Henny with a bunch of thugs and goons, and then when something goes on with them guys, all of a sudden now you want to cry foul play. Nah, we gotta hold you accountable, mom. Why is it that your 13-year-old is sitting out in the hood at 11:30 at night, drinking and smoking weed with men? And it's cool. I know why. Because you want to be in the house with your boo and you don't want no disturbances. That's what it is, right? So you just let her go to the streets. And you're wondering why your daughter end up pregnant at 13, 14, 15. Let me tell you something, fam. Let me tell you something. Back in the day and even today, the majority of pregnancies with our women starts between the ages of 13, 14, 15, 16. Now, if that's a fact, and we could clearly see it happening all day long, whose fault is that? Why the mothers are not schooling their daughters? Why the mothers are not warning their daughters and preparing them for life. Why they're not doing that? There's no supervision in these houses. There's none. You understand? There's no mothers today do not supervise their daughters. You know what I'm saying? I believe that there has to be a father around. I really do. I believe that when there are daughters, if there's just a mother in the house, your daughter is doomed. She's finished. Because I personally see what goes on in the black community, and a lot of times mothers don't got control over their daughters, especially when their daughters start gaining size and start looking a certain way. It's like the mom can scream, argue, fight with the daughter and all that type of stuff. But then what happens is a lot of times, because women are emotional, they want to keep a open door of communication with their child. So what happens is they don't go all out and tell them exactly how the streets is really, like, how it's going on. They don't tell them that. So I believe that you have to have a father in the house that actually talk about these things. You know, you have to have a father. Like my elder daughter, she's 13. She's about to turn 14. You see what I'm saying? And when I talk to her straight up, straight up and down. Ain't no sugarcoating nothing. I talk to her straight. You see, like the same way I do my videos, the same way I talk, the same way I just talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, straight up and down. That's how I talk, because that's how you have to talk. That's the streets, So she knows better. She sees what's going on. I show her stuff. I'm like, look, you see those guys right there? You see those girls? You see how they're hanging with them guys right there? Yeah, those are the devils right there. You see that? So she sees what's going on. You know what I mean? She come home sometimes, she'd be like, yeah, my friend in school, you know what I'm saying? She smokes weed. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, really? Really? Well, we don't do that over here. See, the open door of communication. See, a lot of times, a lot of parents, you don't have no open door of communication with your children. They stay quiet. And the reason why they stay quiet is because you sugarcoat everything, or when they do something wrong, you get mad and you start flipping out and wilding out. And all you're going to do is cause them to shut down. And then what's going to happen is they're going to go in hibernation. They're not going to tell you nothing. They're not going to open up. And before you know it, your daughter could be involved in some mess and she's not going to tell you anything. You don't want that to happen. You understand? Well, let's get back into this thing. Let's go.
Because they said something disrespectful to your 15-year-old with them big ass titties. Big ass hanging out them little ass shorts, little ass clothes.
Wow, you see that? So you're going to go call the brothers to bring the choppers because your daughter got them big titties. You know, like how when I'm on YouTube and I'm looking at different content creators like Melly Monaco, you see like how she have them big titties. You know what I'm saying? You got them big titties. You know what I'm saying? Them things looking real good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but that's exactly, see, here's the thing. Big titties are big titties no matter what. You understand? So what the brother is basically saying is your young 13-year-old coming out with these big titties, they're no different than Melly Monaco titties. Just keeping it 1,000 with you. It is what it is. So you trying to get mad at the guy because he looking. No, your daughter belong in the house, fam. Your daughter don't supposed to be in the street like that. See, this is why I believe in, you know what I'm saying, that when you have kids and stuff, you gotta live a certain way that is set apart, because if you don't, they're gonna be for these streets, fam. You can raise your daughter, whatever. If you don't have certain boundaries in how you live, fam, they're gonna end up being a part of them streets, man. Let's go.
You bought them shits.
Wow.
They're like you went and bought them shits from a store called Build a Little Hoe.
Wow.
So somebody check them, right? So now the rest of the summer going to consist of shootouts and dead bodies.
See that? Shootouts and dead bodies, because you mad that somebody was checking out your daughter, or you mad that a grown man was texting your daughter all this time. So you're upset about that. You're upset. You're angry. So now you want to go call your goons and tell them, yo, they need to pull up because such and such and such. But yet your daughter have a cell phone, right? It's active. You don't check nothing. You don't know her whereabouts. You don't know what's going on. You don't know who in her DMs. Think about this. You got a lot of these young ladies, right? They got iPhone 13s. You know what I'm saying? They got iPhone 13s Max. You know what I'm saying? And these young ladies got like 1,000 guys in their DMs sending them D pics. Yeah, 12-year-old. She's receiving D pics from grown men on Instagram. This is happening right now on social media. But none of the mothers are talking about it. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Isn't it interesting that all of your young girls have a cell phone and you mothers don't even know what's going on their phone? They're over there giving private shows to men in the comfort of their own bedrooms, and you don't even know what's going on under their sheets. Oh, you didn't like that, right? Yeah, I know. See, while your daughter got that iPhone 13 and she's in her private little room under the covers, you best believe she's having little shows that she's sending and texting to some man. Because the guy is literally in her ear telling her to send her whatever he needs, and that's exactly what's going on. Because you don't got control over her phone. You don't know what she's doing, and you don't check nothing. There's no restrictions because there's no accountability from the mom, because the mom, most likely, her life is chaotic.
Because you ain't be a better steward, be a good parent, and teach your child the importance of protecting their private stuff.
Right, protecting your private stuff. Do you know you could be a young lady that got big breasts, right? Let's say you're 14 years old, 13 years old, and you have big breasts, right? Let's just call it what it is, right? There are certain type of clothing that your mom can buy you that literally will cover you up. Do you know that? If you're a young lady and you got a wagon on you already, right? It's not time to go to IG. See, I joke around with stuff like this in my house. I talk about this type of stuff because it's real. See, this is the benefits when a father is in the house. See, a lot of you ladies, I'm going to tell you straight up and down, a lot of you ladies, you didn't have no father. You didn't have no father. You never had no love. You understand? That's why your life is destroyed, because there was never no man in that house to literally show you love. There was never no man in that house to comfort you. There was no one you could talk to. No one. And that is why you were led astray, because you ain't have a father to set that order. And that's the difference. See, mom can only do but so much. She can only do but so much. But when you have a father in the home, he's able to set that law. And that's something that a lot of young ladies don't have, because you know when daddy come around, you know you can't pull none of that BS. You know what I mean? I'm telling you straight up and down, fam. Straight up and down. And I told this story 1,000 times. There was this one time I was working at this barbershop, right? So right around the corner, right, they had this apartment building, and my primo, my cousin, he had some partner in them. They lived right around the corner. So his father lived around the corner. He was the super of the barbershop, like let's say the building complex. And the owner of the barbershop, he was renting, that particular space. So he had a daughter, right? I didn't know that I didn't know that was her father. I didn't know. So around that time, I think I was like probably around 18, I think I was around 18. I don't even know how old his daughter was. I don't even know how old she was, but she was grown. You know what I'm saying? She probably was like 16 or 17, something like that. I'm not sure. But the way she was built, fam, because I was the youngest guy in the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? When people walk in there, you had a bunch of other like grown men in there in their 30s and whatnot. But I was the teenager in there. I was like 17, 18, somewhere around there, right? So there was one particular day, you know what I'm saying? I holla at shorty, blah, 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 blah. We doing what it do. So I go walk her to the building. Next minute we in the building, we in the hallway kissing right there in the front in the lobby, doing our thing, right? So I'm grabbing up her ass, doing all of that stuff, because I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Like a man, look. When a man, let me explain something for all you folks out there, just in case you're not mature. Listen, when a man is around a woman, right? When a man is around a woman, he is going to do what a man is going to do. Like he's going to talk dirty, right? He's going to touch that ass, right? He's going to play with the woman. That's what men do. That's what a man's supposed to do. right? Okay, now, I had to get that out of the way because a lot of times people think that when you're a man, like you're supposed to act like a woman. Nah, that's not how it goes. Well, anyway, long story short, I'm over there. I have my hands cupped up on her wagon. I'm talking about I had a handful, right? And we there kissing, doing our thing in the hallway because it was like we were in a little corner space where no one could really see us. So the front door opened up and it's the father. The door opened up. He looked right at me. I looked right at him. And as soon as he looked at me, I knew I was gonna die. I knew I was gonna die. All I heard, and you know what I'm saying, the sound effect wasn't there back in the day, but you know that sound effect that says, and this is the moment that he knew he effed up. That's what I heard, you know, even though they didn't have it back then, but you know what I'm saying? So I knew I was gonna die because as soon as I saw his face, I saw death. Right? Because I was young, I was skinny. You know what I mean? So he looked at me and I couldn't speak. I was frozen. You know what I'm saying? It's funny how when you with the girl, you all macho and all that mess, grabbing her butt. But when you see the pops, all of a sudden you turn frail and fragile. You on that, how you doing, sir? You over there trying to get it in with his daughter. Right? But now think about this. His daughter was probably, remember, I was probably like 17, 18. His daughter was probably like 15, 16, 17, somewhere around there with a fatty fat. And she had mega missile breasts. You think I'm there like, no, I'm doing what I'm doing. So he just gave me that look. I let her go. He just kept looking at me. He gave me that look like, I could kill you right now, but I'm gonna kind of give you a pass. So she went with him. She was like, Daddy, it's not nothing, you know, no. So I walked out the building. I go back to the barbershop. I'm like, I know he gonna come back with a gun and kill me. I know he gonna come back, right? Now, what's interesting is the guy, he's Panamanian, right? So one thing you have to understand about Panamanian people, right? They all know each other somehow, some way. I don't know how it is, but this is how it is. Like, I might know you, and then you might know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody in my family, and I know somebody in your family from some other person that I know that you know that I know that you know. It's weird, right? So now, he come back to the barbershop, right? I'm there cutting hair and doing what I'm doing. I see him in front of the barbershop because my cousin had pulled up. He pulled up. So come to find out, my cousin is talking with his friend who is his son, the guy's son. So long story short, the son is basically the son introduced the father and said, yeah, that's Tito's cousin, man. That's so-and-so cousin in the shop. So once he found out that I'm Panamanian, I walk outside, I'm thinking I'm gonna get shot. I walk outside and he's like, yeah, this is my primo right here, man. So he greeted me with open arms. I'm like, I was just in the hallway. Your daughter, I'm cupping her wagon. So it's like at that moment, he accepted me for who I am. So my point is, even though I knew what I was doing, what I was doing wasn't wrong. We both teenagers at the end of the day. You know what's so interesting? Let me talk about that. Let me talk about that because that's another thing. Because a lot of people will say, yeah, but if you're 17, 18, and she's 15, 16, 17, you're a pedophile. Really? So let me get this straight. So all of you ladies that are in the clouds that lost your virginity at 15, right? Who did you lose that virginity to? Somebody in their 30s, right? See, you don't want to talk about that. Oh, you don't want to talk about that now, right? Okay, look, all you ladies that are in the clouds that lost your virginity at 13, 14, 15, 16, how old was the guy that took your virginity? Look, check this out, people, check this out. Do you see that? That is what you're gonna get. They would never tell you. Because if the truth be told, the majority of younger sisters was dealing with older men back in the day. And that's a fact. That's a fact. All the young sisters back in the day, in the late 80s, 90s were dealing with older men. Every single one of them. They all lost their virginity to older men. That is a fact. All of these older sisters in their 40s, pushing 50, all of them were dealing with men 20 to 30 years their senior. Facts. But they never talk about it. You understand? So under that situation, even though I was in the hallway with the dude's daughter, he accepted me, and then me and him started talking, and it's like, I told him, I was like, yo, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that was your daughter. And the thing is, I was talking to his daughter for about a good 6 months and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. But then he accepted me and everything was cool. But now, notice the fear that came over me when I saw him in that hallway. That's my point. Now, you think I would have felt that way if it was her mom? No. The fear came over me when I saw the father. See that? But now, had I have been possibly older, it may have been a different story. You see? It may have been a different story. But notice, when the father is in the life of the daughter, you're going to have men that's going to show some sort of respect, even if they don't know, because I didn't know she even had a father. This is why it's very important to have a father in a daughter's life. And this is something that the majority of women today that are in their like 30s and 40s, you didn't grow up with no father. That's why you have a difficult time with men today, because you never had any love. So because you never had any love, you go through life just being destroyed. Let's go.
Your child in competition with you. That's cute to you?
See, your child is in competition with you. That's exactly what's going on in today's day. Let's go.
Oh, you trying to let people see she get it from her mother.
See, that's just what I said before. A lot of times the mothers will say, yeah, she get that behind from me.
Sis, get your shit together. Bruh, pull up. Man, I understand you ain't with her no more. Pull up. You know your daughter getting older. She getting bitter. She's starting to develop now.
Right. He's basically speaking to the father right now. Like, look, we know you're not dealing with the mom no more. We know you're not dealing with her. But yo, pull up. Talk to your daughter. Show her some love. Because I'm going to tell you straight up and down. When you have a daughter, right, and they recognize that daddy loved them, they're not going to go out there and become a 304. Nope. They're not. They're not. Because they don't want to let daddy down. You have to understand, this is a psychological truth here, man. Look, young girls do not want to let their father down. When their father talk to them about certain things, now you might be beefing with your mom, but when you talking to your father, you ain't going to want to let him down. And sadly, a lot of you ladies, the reason why you struggle through life with hurt, pain, bitterness, mental issues, and all sorts of other problems, it's because that father was not there. You never had no father. I can guarantee you there was never a father in your life. If you're struggling right now with issues and it's like deep-rooted hurt and pain, that's a lack of a father at the end of the day. That's what it is. There's no other way to prove it. It's like, you never had nobody there to hold you and show you love and give you a hug. Half of you sisters, you never had a father that actually hugged you and said that he loved you. Never had that. So you go through life feeling like a victim, and it's a sad situation, but that's exactly how it goes, man. But people have to really recognize that, or else they're going to just struggle throughout life. Anyway, let's go.
Pull up. Encourage the mother to buy your daughter some training bras and shit.
Wow.
Some respectful ass shorts, man. To get to the knees, you heard me? Respectful
shorts, not tight-fitted shorts that goes over your figure. You know what I mean? You need some respectful shorts. There's like some joggers you can wear, like jogger-type shorts. There's different things that you can wear that ain't going to be showing you off. See? Because as a young lady, especially as a mom, you got to recognize that your daughter could be young and all of that. If you think for a minute that when you let your daughter go outside any old way that grown men are not looking at your daughter, then you're just in a fool's paradise. And women that try to shame men for actually looking, you're twisted in your mind, because we know deep down inside that you once was that very same girl. And the only reason why you show a lot of bitterness and frustration is because you were taken advantage of. Because you never had a mom that actually loved you. You never had a dad that was there. And because you suffered, because you've been through hell and hot waters, you're angry with everybody. Listen, when I'm telling you, man, this is facts, yo. Let's go.
Word up. Come on, man. Let's be accountable to each other, man. Word up. Especially in the day we got all these secret perverted ass, the predatory ass dudes out here, man.
Predators out here. You know, the ones that men always become accused of. That's the new thing. You're a predator. You're a pedophile.
Then now weed is legal? So that's telling your 14-year-old, here come burn this blunt.
That's exactly what they do in the hood. The dude is burning his blunt. He's doing what he's doing. He's telling Shorty, yo, come over here. You know what I'm saying? Come over here. Let's smoke a little something. You know what I mean? Then they all take her up to the roof and run a train on her. I'm serious. Happens every single day, fam. Every single day in the hood. Every single day these type of things happen. And guess what? Where is the mom? And best of all, where is the dad? Where is everybody? See, nobody cares about these young ladies today. So before you try to judge these guys talking about this person's a pedophile, this guy is looking at young girls and all this nonsense, where were you? Where were you to guide your daughter? You were nowhere to be found. You were too busy looking for a man. But now you're trying to crucify somebody because you mad that your life been destroyed by previous men. And that's a fact. Listen, hurt people love to hurt people. Facts. And a lot of times, mothers allow their daughters to go outside and ruin their lives because their lives was ruined. Do you know that? I knew this one particular sister, right? She didn't even know she had a period. Her mom never taught her nothing. We all in school. We in school in class, right? She got up. Another girl realized something was wrong because of her clothes. And you know what I'm saying? They had to grab a jacket, put around her. She was embarrassed. She didn't know what was going on. She thought something happened to her. She didn't even know what a period was. And this happened in class. So I could just imagine a lot of young ladies don't even know what a period is. They don't even know how to take care of their body. They don't know nothing because their moms are not even there for them, fam. That's just the way it is today. Let's go.
And sit in the backseat of this caddy and call me daddy.
See? Young girls going in the backseat of different cars. That's happening every day, fam. I remember back in the day, all a guy had to do to pull a sister is just pull up with his Cressida or his Nissan Maxima with rims. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? The Cressida? Come on, fam. If you don't know about the Cressida back in the day, the Nissan Maxima with the rims on it. Remember that car, man? The box Maxima. You know? The Cressida, the Lexus back in the day. They used to just pull up. The dudes used to pull up, reach out their arm and open their door. And chicks used to just walk in the car. Easy. That's how easy it was. You ain't have to say nothing. All you had to do is have a car. Anybody in the 90s, you know I am speaking facts. Listen, you ain't even have to speak. All you had to do is pull up, come out your car, and the woman was ready to give you the number and her tail automatically. Just because you had a car. Let's go.
Come on, jump on the G-Ride. We out. Come on, y'all. It's levels to this shit. Get on top of your affairs, family, parents. Nobody want to hear nothing about, what's happening in the violence and North. Nah, man, we starting that shit. Let's be better parents to our kids out here.
They're not going to listen. The modern woman is not going to be a better parent when it comes to raising their daughters. The daughters are going to be on IG. They're going to be on OnlyFans. They're going to be there all day. This is what they're going to do. You understand? This is what they're going to do. See? And what's unfortunate is that, let's say, for example, you are a parent and you catch your daughter doing certain things. A lot of you will encourage it. You know what I mean? You'll encourage her remaining where she is. Some of you mothers, you'll look at your daughter and be like, damn, yo, you got a Instagram full of pics. What are you, some sort of model or something? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. But this is what's going on. So if you have some grown man hollering at your daughter and talking to her and talking slick and talking sexy, at the end of the day, he's a man. He's supposed to do that. You know, it's crazy with women. Women think that a man is not supposed to talk dirty to a woman. Listen, I don't know what kind of nonsense is that. No, listen, bro, when you are around a woman, you're supposed to talk nasty and dirty. That's what you're supposed to talk. There's no other way around it. I don't get this nonsense. But in the world we live in, everything is backwards. You're going to be criticized for being a man. But see, ladies, you got to talk to your daughters, or else they're going to end up in the back seat somewhere getting banged out. I'm just letting you know. And when she turn up pregnant, it's your fault. That's reality. You could talk about these guys all day. You could talk about, oh, these guys, they're all pedophiles, they're all this. Because, you know, women love to demonize men. And the truth of the matter is not that all these men are pedophiles. The problem is you were abused. That's the problem. See, we got to deal with the real issue. The real issue is a lot of women been abused, traumatized, hurt, destroyed. And what happens is because they never had any sort of, how can I say, therapy, or they have not had any sort of exercise to deal with the issues inside, what happens is everyone becomes a bad guy. That's how crazy this thing is. Hurt people love to hurt people. Let's go.
Word up. And another thing, all you people out there screaming about the murders in the street, I got a question for you. Why every time you screaming about the murders in the street, you want to protest, bomb on the city hall, you want to march and everything, but why every time you get in an argument with somebody, you call them murderers?
Wow, you see that? You see what he just said there? He just spit some game. Yeah, I want to talk about all these shootings, all these murders, all these things going on in the world, but when you get in an argument with someone, the first thing you want to do is you want to call the shooters. Hypocrites. You're a hypocrite. You talking about all these people that are out here committing these murders and all this stuff. You're talking about all these big murders that make national news, right? That's why I don't talk about none of these type of stupid topics. Like, I don't got no time to sit around talking about some guy with some damn broad that broke up in a damn relationship. I don't got time to talk about that mess. What is this nonsense with what is that comedian, man? Somebody had just told me the damn guy's name earlier today. The one, something B. Jordan, something mess. You got everybody on YouTube talking about this nonsense. But none of those people have a relationship. Nobody have a relationship, but they worried about his relationship. What's the other one they're talking about? They're talking about the other dude that got set up. What's his name? Some rapper, something, he got killed. So everybody's talking about him. Listen, he got lined up at the end of the day. We're going to do a video about that because that video right there, or that particular story, it's a twist to that story. It's a twist to that story. I had gotten some information about that. I want to talk about it because that guy, he was caught up in a situation that a lot of you brothers may end up getting caught up with when you deal with these particular women today. Because a lot of these women, believe it or not, they got a lot of dudes on rotation. They talk about, I want a guy, what I'm saying, be single, what I mean, a guy that's just for me and all of that type of stuff. And a lot of times these women are dealing with like 10 different men at the same time. And one of those guys might be a loose cannon. And he might be the type of guy that is so connected to the woman, he don't want to let her go. And you might pull up when the guy is there, or when the guy is stalking the woman, and you and him might get into a little confrontation. This is why, as a brother, you got to know how to move in these streets when it comes to these women. Get to know them, figure out how they are, and it is what it is, because that will pretty much make you know who is who, because looks are very deceiving. Very deceiving, fam. Very, very deceiving. Let's go.
All the shooters. How that work? Man, get it together, man. This summer is our summer. We need to be better people, better parents, better accountable parents, better responsible, accountable parents.
That's not going to happen if there's no fathers in the home. Without fathers in the home, it's not going to happen. You understand? Because the mothers are not going to be responsible because they're not responsible right now. That's why their daughters are outside half naked. You know what I mean? You know how many young girls is on Instagram right now posing like grown women? You expect a grown man to know the difference? He's not going to know the difference. You know what I mean? A behind is a behind. Breast is breast. And what's sad about that is if the man look, comment, or talk in any sort of way, he's automatically labeled a pedophile. Think about that. Think about that. That's the most disgusting thing you can call someone. Very, very disgusting. So let me get this straight. If he's a pedophile for looking, what are you for dressing the way you're dressing? A saint? Or a 304? Make your choice. Which one are you? Because a man cannot look at you and just know your age. He can't. You have a lot of women that are 30 years old and they still look like a teenager. There are some women that are pushing 40 and they still look like they're 19 years old. You have to ask them in some instances like, how old are you? I'm 39. There's no way you're 39. Yes, I'm 39. You lying. Let me see your ID. You know? Anyway, let's go.
Our own children, for our own city, for our own community, for our own village, for our own nation, man. Brother Malik speaks, man. Share this video.
Anyway.
Hey, yo. Don't nobody.
Anyway, y'all, you already done know what it is. We're going to get up on out of here. This particular brother, a black man, goes off on TikTok on mothers and their daughters to hold them accountable. Will they be held? Will they do what is needed? I doubt they're going to do that. They're not going to do that nonsense. You understand? When it comes to those, those little bots that come in, those are not accounts. Those are bots. You can't control that. There's nothing you could really do. All you could do is delete. They're going to keep coming back over and over and over and over and over. That's just, YouTube have to get that out of their system. That's just how it is on YouTube. You know what I mean? You can't stop that. If I have my chat set to members only, you would never see that. But then a lot of you that are subscribed that want to comment, you won't be able to comment. So if you don't want to see stuff like that and my mods have less work, then hey, become a channel member. That way I can set all of my lives to members only and only members can post comments. That way we don't have to be wasting our time dealing with that. I try to give everybody the opportunity to post comments, but at the end of the day, sometimes I get frustrated seeing all those damn bots coming in talking about go to naked sites. Now notice that we here talking about an issue, but you got this naked bot coming in here. See how crazy that is? Again, everything is over-sexualized in society. There's nothing wrong with sex. That's a good thing. We don't want to take that away. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to take all of that away. Let me see. Members only. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I would like to do that, right? But the thing is, I like to have the engagement where people can, come by and share their thoughts and, participate in the chat. That's why I keep it for subscribers. So that if anybody subscribe, I don't have it open for anybody. They would have to be subscribed to the channel in order to comment. But the way I would like it to be, if it's just members only, that way you would have less issue with trolls and other lunatics that just have nothing better to do. You know what I'm saying? It's really the best way to do things. But nonetheless, we're going to get up on out of here. We got a lot of work to do, a lot of videos to make. I don't know, man. What's your thoughts about this? Should women that have daughters just let their daughters just roam the streets and just do what they want to do so the daughters could be taken advantage of? Because at the end of the day, even if you want to assume that the men are taking advantage of these young girls, because that's how they spin it. Men taking advantage when these very same young girls, right? They're the ones dressing up to attract these men, but nobody's talking about that. And their mothers allow them to go outside like that. Yeah. Well, you shouldn't be looking at her if she's dressed like that. You sound crazy. You sound crazy. You gotta be out of your mind. You know that men are gonna look at your daughter. How could you sit there and say men shouldn't be looking at your daughter that way when these are men? The problem is you don't know how to protect your daughter. There was a time back in the day, I'm gonna keep it 1,000, yo. There was a time back in the day where parents didn't even allow their daughters outside. Do you understand me? I remember back in the day, There were certain girls, you only seen them at school. That's it. You never seen them outside. And if they went outside, it was going to a family function, and you would see her come out of the building, out of the house, whatever the case is. But the mother never let her daughter just come outside and just kind of chill with the rest of the people. Nope, it didn't go down. It did not go down like that. So that's about it, fam. We're going to get up on out of here. We don't got no time to play any games. Anyway, I'll catch you all in the next stream. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of videos to do. I got a lot of stuff to cover, fam. A lot of different things to talk about. Anyway, I'm going to be out of here. Let me see. Let me check something, make sure everything is right. See if I got to give anybody any shout outs or anything like that. Let me see. I don't really. Oh, shout out to Peter for the Cash App. Appreciate your support. SE for the Cash App. Nakisha for the Cash App. Daryl for the Cash App. Appreciate your support. All right, y'all. We're going to get up on out of here. We're going to definitely do a video about that story with that rapper guy, but I might not even cover the damn story, to tell you the truth. I might not even cover the story because, matter of fact, I'm not covering the story. I don't want to talk about it. I'm tired of hearing everybody's talking about the same story. I'm not talking about the story, fam. I'm not, because, you know, certain things I see that people post, and it's like everybody's talking about the same video. I'm like, come on, man. This is crazy, yo. Anyway, y'all, this is Black Male Advice TV, the best channel on YouTube, hands down. You already done know. There is no other. Shout out to all of the patrons, all of the members of the channel, all the subscribers. Appreciate everybody coming through. We're going to be back on camera soon. Don't worry about it. We're going to be back on camera. You know what I mean? Can't stop the momentum. Anyway, y'all, we got a lot of videos to cover. I have a lot of topics. We have to be pushing a lot of different messages, a lot of truth, a lot of things we're going to be talking about concerning relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because we're at a turning point in life, and everybody it's going to be a crossroads. It's going to be a divide. In other words, you're going to have to be either on this side or you're going to be on that side. Which side you going to take? The side of the truth or the side of the lie? Make your choice. Because here on Black Male Advice TV, we deal with truth. We don't waste no time with no petty drama. Anyway, fam, appreciate everybody supporting the show. I'll catch you all on the next stream. This is Black Male Advice TV, and I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out.